Hey my friends! It's Noob from Minecraft. Today I'm going to make building challenge of trap tunnel with my friends. And while I will build it, I'm going to tell you one interesting breathtaking story about friends that live in tunnel. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's build! As the sun dipped low over the horizon, casting long shadows across the town of Emberdale, 5 friends gathered in the old oak treehouse at the edge of the forest. Dave, Steve, Jack, San, and Dan had been friends for as long as they could remember, bound by a love for adventure and a thirst for excitement. On this particular evening, as they sat around a crackling fire, Steve pulled something from his backpack and held it up to the firelight. It was a map, old and worn, with faded markings that seemed to glow in the fire's glow. "Where did you find that?" Dave asked, leaning in to get a better look. "I found it in my attic," Steve replied, his eyes shining with excitement. "It belonged to my great-grandfather. He was an explorer, and he always used to tell stories about the secret tunnels beneath the forest." The friends crowded around the map, their faces reflecting the dancing flames. It showed a series of winding tunnels, hidden beneath the roots of the ancient trees. "I think we should find these tunnels," San said, her voice filled with determination. Who knows what secrets they might hold? The fire friends huddled close, their breaths amist in the cool night air. Their hearts beat with anticipation, their eyes fixed on the mysterious map that seemed to pulse with hidden secrets. As the moon rose high above the treetops, casting a silver glow over the forest, the friends made their decision. They would wait until morning to begin their adventure, eager to see what daylight might reveal. The night passed slowly, filled with dreams of hidden tunnels and ancient mysteries. When the first rays of dawn crept through the leaves, the fire friends set out, their spirits high and their steps light. Following the map's instructions, they soon found themselves standing before a massive oak tree, its roots twisting and turning like a tangled web. According to the map, this was the entrance to the secret tunnels. But as they approached, a deep rumbling filled the air, and the ground beneath their feet began to shake. Before they could react, the roots of the tree shifted and writhed like living snakes, forming a barrier that blocked their path. The fire friends, undeterred by the tree's formidable display, decided to seek another entrance to the tunnels. They ventured deeper into the forest, their eyes scanning the ancient trees for any sign of a hidden passage. After what felt like hours of searching, Jack's keen eyes spotted a small opening nestled between the roots of a massive tree. It was barely large enough for them to squeeze through, but it seemed to lead downward, just as the map had indicated. With a sense of excitement and trepidation, the fire friends began to descend into the darkness, their footsteps echoing softly against the damp earth. The air grew cooler as they went deeper, and the light from the entrance above grew fainter until it was nothing more than a distant glimmer. As they continued on, the tunnel twisted and turned, leading them deeper into the earth. Strange whispers seemed to echo in the shadows, and the air grew heavy with the scent of earth and moss. Yet still, the fire friends pressed on, their curiosity driving them forward. Suddenly, the tunnel opened into a vast underground chamber, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and strange symbols that seemed to glow with an ethereal light. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a glowing crystal. The fire friends, cautious yet curious, decided to search the chamber for any other clues or treasures before approaching the mysterious crystal. They fanned out, their eyes keen and their senses alert for any sign of danger or discovery. As they explored the chamber, they found more carvings on the walls, depicting scenes of ancient battles and long-forgotten rituals. Symbols danced before their eyes, their meanings lost to the passage of time. In a corner of the chamber, Sen discovered a small alcove hidden behind a curtain of vines. Inside, she found a chest, its lid adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change in the flickering light. With a sense of excitement, San opened the chest, revealing a collection of ancient artifacts. Among them was a small amulet, its surface etched with strange runes that seemed to pulse with a faint light. Before the fire friends could examine their newfound treasures further, a deep rumbling filled the chamber, and the walls began to shake. Dust and debris rained down from the ceiling as the ground trembled beneath their feet. Faced with the trembling chamber and the threat of collapse, the fire friends felt a surge of panic and urgency. They knew they had little time to act before the ancient walls crumbled around them. Desperate to find a way to stabilize the chamber, they searched frantically for any signs of structural weakness. Dan noticed a series of cracks forming along the walls, while Jack spotted a support beam that seemed to be giving way under the strain. Working together, the fire friends braced the weakened areas with whatever they could find, using their strength and determination to hold the chamber together. As they worked, the rumbling grew louder, and the walls groaned under the pressure. Just as it seemed that all hope was lost, they managed to reinforce the most vulnerable spots, and the trembling began to subside. The chamber was still, save for the sound of their heavy breathing and the soft glow of the crystal in the center. Exhausted but relieved, the fire friends took a moment to catch their breath. They knew they had narrowly escaped disaster, but their adventure was far from over. As they looked around the chamber, their eyes fell once more on the glowing crystal. It seemed to pulse with a gentle light, as if beckoning them closer. Exhausted from their near escape, the fire friends decided to take a moment to rest and recuperate before deciding their next move. They sat in a circle, their backs against the cool stone walls, and breathed deeply, trying to calm their racing hearts. As they rested, they took stock of their surroundings, the chamber now silent and still after the tumultuous events. The artifacts they had discovered lay scattered around them, their ancient surfaces still shimmering with a faint glow. Steve gazed at the amulet in his hand, the runes on its surface seeming to pulse with a mysterious energy. San carefully examined the chest they had found, running her fingers over its intricate carvings, lost in thought. Dave broke the silence, his voice filled with wonder. "What do you think these artifacts are for? And what about that crystal? It seems to be calling to us." Jack nodded, his eyes fixed on the crystal. "I think we should investigate further. Who knows what secrets this chamber holds? But we should proceed with caution." The fire friends nodded in agreement, their resolve strengthened by their recent ordeal. They knew that their adventure was far from over and that more challenges lay ahead. With a sense of determination, the fire friends rose to their feet and approached the glowing crystal at the center of the chamber. Its light seemed to dance and shimmer, casting a soft glow that illuminated the ancient carvings on the walls. As they drew closer, they could feel a strange energy emanating from the crystal, a hum that seemed to resonate deep within their bones. Steve reached out a hand, his fingers trembling slightly as they brushed against the smooth surface. Suddenly, the crystal pulsed with a brilliant light, and the chamber was filled with a dazzling display of colors. The fire friends shielded their eyes, but they could feel the power of the crystal surging through them, filling them with a sense of purpose and resolve. As the light faded, they found themselves standing in a new chamber, its walls adorned with even more intricate carvings and symbols. Before them stood a pedestal, upon which rested a book bound in ancient leather. With trembling hands, Dave reached out and opened the book. Its pages were filled with strange writings and diagrams, each one more mysterious than the last. It seemed to be a tome of ancient knowledge, containing secrets that had been lost to time. The fire friends knew that they had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary, something that could change their lives forever. But as they pored over the book, a deep rumbling filled the chamber once more, and the ground began to shake. The walls groaned under the strain, and it became clear that the chamber was on the verge of collapse. Faced with the imminent collapse of the chamber, the fire friends knew they had to act quickly to find a way to stabilize their surroundings. With the ancient tome still in hand, they searched frantically for any signs of weakness in the walls or ceiling. As they worked, the chamber shook violently, sending dust and debris cascading down around them. But despite the chaos, the fire friends remained focused, their determination unwavering. Finally, Steve spotted a support beam that seemed to be buckling under the strain. Without hesitation, he called out to the others, and together they rushed to reinforce the beam, using all their strength to prop it up and prevent it from collapsing. Their efforts paid off, and slowly but surely, the shaking subsided, and the chamber grew still once more. The fire friends had managed to stabilize their surroundings, averting disaster once again. Exhausted but relieved, they took a moment to catch their breath, the ancient tome still clutched tightly in Dave's hands. They knew that they had narrowly escaped danger, but their adventure was far from over. As they looked around the chamber, the glow of the crystal seemed to pulse with renewed intensity, as if urging them onward. They knew that there was more to discover, more secrets waiting to be uncovered. Exhausted from their efforts to stabilize the chamber, the fire friends decided to take a moment to rest and regroup before deciding their next move. They sat down amidst the ancient carvings, the soft glow of the crystal casting a comforting light over them. As they caught their breath, they couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the events that had unfolded. They had narrowly escaped danger, yet they had also uncovered something truly extraordinary. The ancient tome lay open before them, its pages filled with cryptic symbols and diagrams that seemed to hint at a wisdom as old as time itself. Each page held the promise of untold knowledge, waiting to be unlocked by those brave enough to seek it. As they sat in the quiet of the chamber, the Fire Friends knew that they were standing at a crossroads. They could continue their exploration, delving deeper into the mysteries of the chamber, or they could take some time to rest and reflect on all that they had discovered. After a moment of contemplation, they decided that they needed a moment to gather their thoughts and regain their strength. They knew that whatever lay ahead would require all of their courage and determination. With a newfound sense of purpose, the Fire Friends settled down to rest, their minds filled with dreams of the adventures yet to come. The Fire Friends had faced danger and uncertainty, but they had emerged stronger than ever, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead on their quest for ancient knowledge. As the Fire Friends rested in the quiet chamber, their minds buzzed with the excitement of their discoveries and the mysteries that still lay before them. The glow of the crystal cast a soothing light over them, and slowly but surely, their tired bodies began to relax. As they sat in silence, each lost in their own thoughts, a sense of calm washed over them. They knew that they had faced danger together and had emerged victorious, their bond stronger than ever. After a time, Jack broke the silence, his voice soft but determined. "We've come this far together, and we've overcome every challenge that's been thrown at us. I say we press on and see where this path leads us." The others nodded in agreement, their eyes filled with determination. They knew that their journey was far from over, and that there were still many secrets waiting to be uncovered. With renewed resolve, the Fire Friends rose to their feet and turned their gaze once more to the ancient tome. Its pages seemed to beckon to them, filled with the promise of ancient wisdom and untold secrets. Filled with a sense of adventure and curiosity, the Fire Friends decided to continue their exploration of the chamber, eager to uncover more clues that might shed light on the ancient mysteries surrounding them. As they ventured deeper into the chamber, they came across more carvings on the walls, each one depicting scenes from a forgotten era. Strange symbols danced before their eyes, their meanings lost to time, yet somehow familiar. In a corner of the chamber, Dan spotted a mural that seemed to tell a story. It depicted a group of explorers much like themselves, standing before a glowing crystal much like the one they had found. The explorers were surrounded by symbols and diagrams, as if they were unlocking the secrets of the universe itself. As the Fire Friends studied the mural, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were meant to follow in the footsteps of those ancient explorers. They knew that they were on the cusp of something extraordinary, something that could change their lives forever. Suddenly, a soft humming filled the chamber, and the crystal at the center of the room began to glow with a brilliant light. The Fire Friends watched in awe as the light spread throughout the chamber, illuminating every corner with its radiant glow. Eager to uncover more clues and unravel the mysteries of the chamber, the Fire Friends decided to continue their exploration, knowing that every step could bring them closer to unlocking the secrets hidden within the ancient walls. As they searched, they found more carvings and symbols, each one adding to the story of the chamber's enigmatic past. The air crackled with energy, and a sense of anticipation filled the chamber as if it were alive with the echoes of a distant time. Dave stumbled upon a series of symbols that seemed to form a pattern, and as he traced his fingers over them, a soft glow emanated from the wall. The symbols seemed to react to his touch, shimmering with an otherworldly light that filled the chamber with an ethereal glow. Excited by this discovery, the Fire Friends gathered around the wall, their hearts racing with the possibility that they were on the verge of a breakthrough. They studied the symbols intently, trying to decipher their meaning and unlock the chamber's secrets. Suddenly, the symbols shifted and rearranged themselves, forming a new pattern that seemed to point to a hidden passage in the wall. With a sense of anticipation, the Fire Friends pushed on the wall, and to their amazement, it swung open, revealing a dark corridor beyond.
Hello friends, it is me, Pro from Minecraft. I'm happy to see you again. My friend Noob made very cool tunnel, but I will try to build it even more interesting. And while I do this, I will continue to tell you a cool story about our friends in tunnel. Also, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start building. Feeling a mix of excitement and caution, the fire friends decided to take a moment to gather their thoughts and prepare before venturing further into the dark corridor. They knew that whatever lay ahead could be filled with unknown dangers, and they wanted to be ready for whatever they might encounter. As they took a moment to catch their breath, they couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder at the events that had brought them to this point. They had faced challenges that they had never imagined, and yet they had overcome them with courage and determination. Steve looked around at his friends, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the chamber. "We've come so far together," he said, his voice filled with pride. "I know that whatever lies ahead, we'll face it together." The others nodded in agreement, their eyes shining with determination. They knew that they were stronger together, and that their bond would see them through whatever challenges awaited them in the dark corridor. With a renewed sense of purpose, the fire friends stood up and prepared to venture into the unknown. They knew that their journey was far from over, and that there were still many secrets waiting to be uncovered. As they stepped into the corridor, the darkness enveloped them, but they felt a spark of hope deep within their hearts. They were ready to face whatever lay ahead, knowing that they had each other to rely on. With their resolve strengthened, the fire friends ventured further into the dark corridor, their footsteps echoing softly against the stone walls. The air grew cooler as they went deeper, and the light from the chamber behind them grew fainter until it was nothing more than a distant memory. As they pressed on, the corridor seemed to stretch on endlessly, its twists and turns leading them deeper into the heart of the earth. The darkness pressed in around them, but they forged ahead, their hearts filled with determination and curiosity. Suddenly, they came upon a fork in the path, to tunnels leading off into the unknown. Each path seemed equally daunting, and the fire friends knew that their choice could determine the course of their journey. After a moment of consideration, they chose the tunnel to the right. Drawn by a faint light that flickered in the distance, they moved forward cautiously, their senses alert for any sign of danger or discovery. As they rounded a bend in the tunnel, the source of the light came into view. It was a chamber bathed in a soft, golden glow, its walls adorned with ancient carvings and symbols that seemed to tell a story as old as time itself. The fire friends stepped into the chamber, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. They knew that they had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary, something that could change their lives forever. Feeling the pull of adventure and discovery, the fire friends decided to press on and continue their journey deeper into the tunnels. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, and they were eager to uncover the secrets that lay ahead. As they ventured deeper into the darkness, the air grew colder, and the walls seemed to close in around them, yet their spirits remained high, fueled by the excitement of the unknown. Suddenly, they came upon a vast cavern, its walls shimmering with a faint, otherworldly light. The cavern was filled with strange rock formations that seemed to twist and turn like frozen flames, casting eerie shadows on the walls. In the center of the cavern stood a pedestal, upon which rested a glowing orb that pulsed with a gentle light. The fire friends approached it cautiously, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. As they drew closer, the orb began to glow brighter, filling the cavern with its radiant light. The fire friends could feel its energy pulsing through the air, filling them with a sense of awe and reverence. Filled with curiosity and a sense of wonder, the fire friends approached the glowing orb, drawn by its mesmerizing light. As they reached out to touch it, the orb pulsed with a brilliant glow, filling the cavern with its radiant energy. Suddenly, a voice filled their minds, ancient and wise, speaking in a language that seemed to transcend time itself. The voice spoke of forgotten lands and hidden truths, of a power that lay dormant within the earth, waiting to be awakened. The fire friends listened intently, their hearts racing with excitement at the prospect of unlocking the orb's secrets. They knew that they were on the verge of a discovery that could change their lives forever. As the voice faded, the orb's light began to dim, and the cavern grew quiet once more. The fire friends knew that they had to act quickly if they were to uncover the orb's true purpose. Feeling the weight of the moment, the fire friends decided to take a moment to gather their thoughts and prepare before attempting to unlock the orb. They knew that whatever lay ahead would require all of their focus and determination. As they sat in the quiet of the cavern, the echoes of the ancient voice still lingering in their minds, they felt a sense of anticipation building within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, something that could change the course of their lives forever. After a few moments of silence, Steve spoke up, his voice filled with determination. "We've come this far together," he said, his eyes meeting those of his friends. "And we faced every challenge that's been thrown at us. I know that whatever lies ahead, we'll face it together." The Fire Friends nodded in agreement, their bond stronger than ever as they prepared to face the unknown. They knew that they were ready for whatever challenges awaited them, their hearts filled with courage and determination. With a renewed sense of purpose, the Fire Friends stood up and turned their attention once more to the glowing orb. They knew that the time had come to unlock its secrets and discover the truth that lay hidden within. As they focused their minds on the orb, its light began to glow brighter, filling the cavern with its radiant energy. The Fire Friends felt a surge of power coursing through them, as if they were becoming one with the ancient magic that surrounded them. Taking a deep breath, the Fire Friends chose to take a moment to gather their thoughts and prepare before attempting to unlock the orb. They knew that this was a pivotal moment in their journey, and they wanted to approach it with clarity and focus. As they closed their eyes and steadied their breathing, they felt a sense of calm wash over them. They drew strength from each other, their bond as strong as the ancient stone that surrounded them. After a few moments of quiet reflection, they opened their eyes, their minds clear and their hearts steady. They knew that they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, united in purpose and determination. With a silent nod to each other, they turned their attention once more to the glowing orb. Its light seemed to pulse with a gentle rhythm, as if it were waiting for them to unlock its secrets. The Fire Friends focused their minds, their thoughts intertwining in a web of shared purpose. They reached out to the orb with a sense of reverence and respect, their fingers brushing against its smooth surface. As they concentrated, the orb began to glow brighter, filling the cavern with its radiant light. The air crackled with energy, and the Fire Friends felt a surge of power coursing through them, as if they were tapping into the very essence of the earth itself. With their minds clear and their hearts steady, the Fire Friends chose to continue to concentrate and try to unlock the orb's secrets. They knew that they were on the verge of a discovery that could change everything, and they were determined to see it through to the end. As they focused their thoughts on the orb, its light began to pulse with a rhythmic energy. Matching the beat of their hearts, they could feel the power of the orb coursing through them, as if it were inviting them to become a part of something greater than themselves. Suddenly, the air around them crackled with energy, and the orb's light grew even brighter, casting a brilliant glow that filled the entire cavern. The Fire Friends felt a surge of power within them, as if they were tapping into the very essence of the earth itself. Then, with a soft hum, the orb began to reveal its secrets. Images flashed before their eyes, scenes from a forgotten time, and words echoed in their minds, carrying the wisdom of ages past. The Fire Friends listened intently, their hearts filled with wonder and awe at the knowledge that was being revealed to them. They knew that they were witnessing something truly extraordinary, something that few had ever experienced. As the visions faded and the orb's light began to dim, the Fire Friends were left with a sense of wonder and amazement. They knew that they had unlocked a piece of the Earth's ancient wisdom, and that their lives would never be the same. The Fire Friends had faced many challenges on their journey, but they had emerged victorious, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had tapped into something truly magical. As they stood in the fading light of the orb, they knew that their adventure was far from over. There were still many mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, together as Fire Friends. Filled with a renewed sense of purpose, the Fire Friends stood in the fading light of the orb, their hearts filled with wonder and determination. They knew that they had tapped into something truly extraordinary, something that would guide them on their journey ahead. As they looked at each other, they could see the reflection of the orb's light in each other's eyes. They knew that they were bound together by something more than friendship. They were bound by the shared experience of unlocking the orb's secrets. With a silent understanding, they knew that they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had proven themselves capable of overcoming any obstacle, and they were eager to continue their adventure. As they prepared to leave the chamber, they felt a sense of excitement building within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to embrace whatever the future held. As they stepped out of the chamber and into the cool air of the tunnels, they felt a sense of freedom and possibility wash over them. They knew that they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they were capable of achieving anything they set their minds to, filled with a sense of purpose and the weight of their newfound knowledge. The Fire Friends decided to return to the surface and share their discoveries with the world. They knew that they had uncovered something truly extraordinary, and they wanted to use their knowledge to make a difference. As they made their way back through the tunnels, The memories of their journey played in their minds like a vivid dream. They knew that they had faced many challenges, but they had emerged stronger and wiser because of them. When they finally emerged from the depths of the earth, they were greeted by the warmth of the sun and the beauty of the world around them. They knew that they had a responsibility to share what they had learned with others, to inspire them to seek out their own adventures and uncover their own truths. As they made their way back to their village, they were filled with a sense of purpose and determination. They knew that they had a story to tell, a story of courage, friendship, and the power of knowledge. When they finally arrived, they gathered the villagers together and began to recount their journey. Their words filled with emotion and passion. They spoke of the ancient chamber, the glowing orb, and the wisdom they had uncovered. As they finished their tale, they looked out at the faces of the villagers, their eyes filled with wonder and awe. They knew that they had succeeded in their mission, that they had shared something truly extraordinary with those around them. The Fire Friends had faced many challenges on their journey, but they had emerged victorious, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had made a difference. And as they looked out at the world around them, they knew that their adventure was far from over, that there were still many more stories waiting to be told, and many more adventures waiting to be had. As the Fire Friends finished recounting their tale, a hush fell over the crowd. The villagers looked at them with awe and admiration, their eyes shining with the reflection of the Fire Friends' courage and determination. One by one, the villagers began to speak, their voices filled with gratitude and wonder. They thanked the Fire Friends for sharing their story, for inspiring them to seek out their own adventures, and to believe in the power of knowledge and friendship. The Fire Friends listened intently, their hearts swelling with pride. They knew that they had made a difference, that their journey had touched the lives of those around them in ways they could never have imagined. As the sun began to set on the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village, the Fire Friends felt a sense of peace and contentment wash over them. They knew that they had found their place in the world, that they were meant to be storytellers, sharing their adventures with all who would listen. As they settled down for the night, the Fire Friends knew that their journey was far from over. They had many more tales to tell, many more adventures waiting to be had. But for now, they were content to bask in the warmth of the fire and the company of their friends, knowing that they had found their purpose in life. And as they drifted off to sleep, their dreams were filled with visions of the adventures that still awaited them, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they were truly Fire Friends, bound together by the flames of friendship and the power of their shared experiences. As the Fire Friends ventured forth from the village, the path ahead seemed to stretch endlessly before them, winding through lush forests and rolling hills. Each step they took filled them with a sense of anticipation, for they knew that every turn held the promise of new discoveries and adventures. As they journeyed, they shared stories of their past adventures, recounting the challenges they had faced and the triumphs they had celebrated together. Each tale brought forth laughter and camaraderie, strengthening the bond between them. Days turned into weeks as they traveled, their path taking them through breathtaking landscapes and ancient ruins. They encountered new friends along the way, each one adding to the tapestry of their journey with their own stories and experiences. One evening, as they sat around their campfire beneath a starlit sky, Jack spoke up, his voice filled with a quiet determination. "I think it's time we sought out the next part of our adventure," he said. "We've come so far together, and there's still so much left to explore." The others nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with the same sense of purpose. They knew that they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead, for they had faced adversity before and emerged stronger because of it. The next morning, they set out with renewed vigor, their eyes fixed on the horizon and the adventures that awaited them. They traversed mountains and crossed rivers, their spirits undeterred by the obstacles that lay in their path. As they journeyed, they encountered new mysteries and challenges, each one testing their resolve and pushing them to new heights. But through it all, they remained united, their friendship serving as a beacon of hope and strength in the face of adversity. Finally, after many days of travel, they arrived at the edge of a vast desert, its golden sand stretching as far as the eye could see. The Fire Friends knew that they had reached a crucial juncture in their journey, for the desert held the promise of untold secrets and hidden treasures. With a sense of determination, they ventured forth into the desert, the sun beating down on them as they pressed on through the endless dunes. They knew that they were on the verge of something extraordinary, something that would test their courage and resilience like never before. As they journeyed deeper into the desert, the days turned into weeks, and still, they pressed on, their spirits undeterred by the harshness of their surroundings. They knew that they were on the brink of a discovery that could change everything, and they were willing to face whatever challenges lay ahead to uncover it. Finally, as they crested a towering dune, they saw it in the distance, a magnificent oasis. Its lush greenery a stark contrast to the arid desert that surrounded it. With renewed hope in their hearts, they quickened their pace, eager to reach the oasis and rest before continuing their journey. As they approached the oasis, they were greeted by the sight of a sparkling pool of water, its surface shimmering in the sunlight. They drank deeply from its cool waters, feeling refreshed and invigorated by the nourishment it provided. As they rested beneath the shade of the oasis, they knew that they had reached a pivotal moment in their journey. They had overcome countless challenges to arrive at this point, and they were ready for whatever lay ahead. With the oasis offering a much-needed respite, the fire friends chose to rest and recuperate before continuing their journey. They knew that the desert had taken its toll on their spirits and bodies, and they needed to regain their strength for the challenges that lay ahead. As they rested beneath the shade of the oasis, they felt the weariness of their journey begin to lift. The cool waters of the pool provided them with much-needed refreshment, and the lush greenery around them offered a sense of peace and tranquility. As they sat together, sharing stories and laughter, they couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of their surroundings. The oasis seemed like a paradise amidst the harsh desert, a place where time stood still and worries faded away. After a restful night's sleep, the fire friends awoke feeling renewed and ready to continue their journey. They knew that they had a long road ahead of them, but they were filled with a sense of determination to see it through to the end. As they bid farewell to the oasis and set out once more into the desert, their hearts were filled with hope and excitement. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they journeyed deeper into the desert, the days turned into weeks once more. They encountered new obstacles and challenges, but with each passing day, their bond grew stronger, their spirits undeterred by the trials they faced. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they emerged from the desert, their eyes filled with wonder at the sight before them. They had reached the edge of a vast forest, its towering trees stretching up towards the sky like sentinels of old. As they ventured into the forest, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. The cool shade of the trees offered them respite from the heat of the desert, and the gentle rustling of the leaves was like music to their ears. The fire friends knew that they had entered a new chapter in their journey, one filled with new challenges and discoveries, but they were ready for whatever lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they were stronger together than they could ever be alone. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the fire friends found themselves enveloped in a world of enchantment. The air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers, and the gentle murmur of a nearby stream provided a soothing backdrop to their journey. As they walked, they marveled at the beauty of their surroundings. The forest seemed to pulse with life, each tree and plant contributing to the symphony of nature that surrounded them. After a while, they came upon a clearing bathed in dappled sunlight. In the center of the clearing stood a majestic tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. The fire friends felt drawn to the tree, as if it held some secret waiting to be discovered. As they approached the tree, they noticed a faint glow emanating from its trunk. Intrigued, they reached out to touch it, and as their fingers made contact, the glow grew brighter, enveloping them in its warm embrace. Suddenly, the air around them began to shimmer, and they felt a sense of weightlessness as if they were being lifted by an unseen force. Before they knew it, they found themselves standing in a place that seemed to exist outside of time and space.
I'm happy to see you again, my viewers. It's me, Hacker from Minecraft. My friend have made some very interesting tunnel build, but we should show them how real professionals build it. And while I'm building, I'll continue to tell you breathtaking story. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! The fire friends looked around in awe, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. They had stumbled upon a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. As they explored this mysterious realm, they encountered beings unlike any they had ever seen. Creatures of light and shadow danced before their eyes, their movements graceful and hypnotic. In the distance, they saw a figure standing beneath a towering tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. The figure seemed to radiate an aura of wisdom and power, and the fire friends felt drawn towards it, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of this strange place. Filled with curiosity and a sense of reverence, the fire friends approached the figure standing beneath the towering tree. As they drew closer, they could feel the power and wisdom emanating from the figure, and they knew that they were in the presence of something truly extraordinary. The figure turned to greet them, its eyes filled with a depth of knowledge that seemed to span the ages. It spoke in a voice that was both soothing and commanding, filling the air with a sense of awe and wonder. "Welcome, travelers," the figure said, its voice echoing through the realm. "You have ventured far and faced many challenges to reach this place. What brings you to the heart of the forest?" The fire friends explained their journey, recounting the trials and triumphs they had faced along the way. They spoke of the ancient chamber, the glowing orb, and the wisdom they had uncovered. They knew that they were in the presence of someone who could help them unlock the next part of their adventure. As they spoke, the figure listened intently, nodding in understanding. When they had finished, the figure spoke again, its voice filled with a sense of purpose. "You have shown great courage and determination on your journey," the figure said. "But there is still much left for you to discover. The path ahead will not be easy, but I believe that you have the strength and wisdom to overcome any challenge that comes your way." With a sense of purpose renewed, the fire friends thanked the figure for its guidance and prepared to continue their journey. They knew that they were ready for whatever lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had the power to shape their own destiny. As they left the realm behind and ventured back into the forest, they felt a sense of determination burning within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. United in purpose and friendship, with the guidance of the figure and the wisdom they had gained, the fire friends continued their journey through the forest. Each step they took filled them with a renewed sense of purpose, for they knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they encountered new challenges and mysteries, each one testing their courage and resolve. But with each challenge they faced, they grew stronger and more determined, their bond as fire friends proving to be an unbreakable force. One day, as they were resting by a babbling brook, they stumbled upon a hidden path that led deeper into the heart of the forest. Intrigued by the path's mysterious allure, they decided to follow it, their hearts filled with a sense of anticipation for what they might find. As they walked, the forest seemed to grow dense around them, its ancient trees whispering secrets that only they could hear. They knew that they were on the right path, for they could feel the energy of the forest pulsing around them, guiding them towards their next adventure. After what felt like an eternity, they emerged into a clearing unlike any they had ever seen. The air was filled with a sense of magic, and the trees seemed to dance in the gentle breeze, their leaves shimmering in the sunlight. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. The fire friends felt drawn to the tree, as if it held the key to unlocking the next part of their journey. As they approached the tree, they noticed a faint glow emanating from its trunk. Intrigued, they reached out to touch it, and as their fingers made contact, the glow grew brighter, enveloping them in its warm embrace. Suddenly, the air around them began to shimmer, and they felt a sense of weightlessness as if they were being lifted by an unseen force. Before they knew it, they found themselves standing in a place that seemed to exist outside of time and space. The fire friends looked around in awe, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. They had stumbled upon a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. As they explored this mysterious realm, they encountered beings unlike any they had ever seen. Creatures of light and shadow danced before their eyes, their movements graceful and hypnotic. In the distance, they saw a figure standing beneath a towering tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. The figure seemed to radiate an aura of wisdom and power, and the fire friends felt drawn towards it, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of this strange place. Filled with a sense of wonder and curiosity, the Fire Friends decided to explore the realm further and see what other wonders it held. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, and they were eager to uncover every secret this magical place had to offer. As they ventured deeper into the realm, they encountered landscapes unlike any they had ever seen. Fields of shimmering flowers stretched out before them, their colors so vibrant that they seemed to glow with an inner light. The air was filled with the sound of music, a symphony of enchanting melodies that seemed to dance on the breeze. They came upon a crystal-clear lake, its surface so still that it mirrored the sky above like a perfect mirror. The Fire Friends knelt by the water's edge, their reflections staring back at them with a sense of familiarity and wonder. As they gazed into the depths of the lake, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew that they were in a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds blurred and anything was possible. Suddenly, they heard a soft voice behind them, filled with wisdom and kindness. They turned to see the figure they had seen from afar standing before them, its eyes sparkling with ancient knowledge. "Welcome, travelers," the figure said, its voice echoing through the realm. "You have journeyed far and faced many challenges to reach this place. What brings you to the heart of the realm?" The Fire Friends explained their journey and their quest for knowledge and adventure. They spoke of the glowing orb, the guidance they had received, and their desire to uncover the secrets of this magical place. The figure listened intently, nodding in understanding. When they had finished, the figure spoke again, its voice filled with a sense of purpose. "You have shown great courage and determination on your journey," the figure said. "But there is still much left for you to discover. The path ahead will not be easy, but I believe that you have the strength and wisdom to overcome any challenge that comes your way." With a renewed sense of purpose, the Fire Friends thanked the figure for its guidance and prepared to continue their journey. They knew that they were ready for whatever lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had the power to shape their own destiny. As they left the realm behind and ventured back into the forest, they felt a sense of determination burning within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. United in purpose and friendship, the Fire Friends continued their exploration of the magical realm, their hearts filled with wonder and excitement. Each step they took brought them closer to new discoveries, and they marveled at the beauty that surrounded them. As they journeyed deeper into the realm, they encountered new wonders at every turn. They came upon fields of flowers that seemed to stretch on for miles, their colors so vivid that they seemed to pulse with life. They walked through forests where the trees whispered secrets of ages past, their branches reaching towards the sky in a silent dance of reverence. As they ventured further, they encountered beings unlike any they had ever seen. Creatures of light and shadow flitted through the trees, their movements graceful and ethereal. The Fire Friends watched in awe as the creatures danced and played, their laughter echoing through the realm like music. Eventually, they came upon a clearing bathed in golden light. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like a cathedral of nature. The Fire Friends felt drawn to the tree, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of the realm. As they approached the tree, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew that they were in a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. Suddenly, the air around them began to shimmer, and they felt a sense of weightlessness as if they were being lifted by an unseen force. Before they knew it, they found themselves standing in a place that seemed to exist outside of time and space. The Fire Friends looked around in awe, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. They had stumbled upon a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. In the distance, they saw a figure standing beneath a towering tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. The figure seemed to radiate an aura of wisdom and power, and the Fire Friends felt drawn towards it, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of this strange place. Filled with a sense of wonder and excitement, the Fire Friends decided to explore the realm further and discover what other wonders it held. They knew that they were on the verge of something extraordinary, and they were eager to uncover all the secrets that this magical place had to offer. As they ventured deeper into the realm, they encountered landscapes that seemed to defy imagination. They walked through fields of flowers that shimmered in the sunlight, their petals glowing with a soft, ethereal light. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blossoms, and the Fire Friends felt as if they had stepped into a dream. As they walked, they came across a winding path that led them through a dense forest. The trees towered above them, their branches reaching towards the sky like guardians of the realm. The Fire Friends could feel the ancient energy of the forest pulsing around them. and they knew that they were in a place of great power and mystery. As they walked along the path, they began to hear the sound of running water in the distance. Intrigued, they quickened their pace, eager to discover the source of the sound. Soon, they came upon a sparkling stream, its crystal clear waters glistening in the sunlight. The fire friends knelt by the stream, cupping their hands to drink from its cool waters. As they drank, they felt a sense of peace and tranquility wash over them. They knew that they were in a place of great beauty and harmony, and they were grateful for the opportunity to experience it. After resting by the stream for a while, the fire friends continued their journey, their hearts filled with a sense of wonder and anticipation. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their quest for knowledge and adventure. As they ventured deeper into the realm, they encountered new wonders at every turn. They marveled at the beauty of the landscape, the diversity of the flora and fauna, and the sense of magic that seemed to permeate every corner of the realm. The fire friends knew that they were on a journey unlike any they had ever experienced before. They were filled with a sense of wonder and gratitude for the opportunity to explore this magical place, and they were eager to see what other wonders it held in store for them. As the fire friends ventured deeper into the realm, they felt the magic of the place enveloping them like a warm embrace. The air was filled with a sense of peace and tranquility, and they knew that they were in a place of great power and mystery. As they walked, they came across a clearing bathed in soft light. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. The fire friends felt drawn to the tree, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of the realm. As they approached the tree, they noticed a faint glow emanating from its trunk. Intrigued, they reached out to touch it, and as their fingers made contact, the glow grew brighter, enveloping them in its warm embrace. Suddenly, the air around them began to shimmer, and they felt a sense of weightlessness as if they were being lifted by an unseen force. Before they knew it, they found themselves standing in a place that seemed to exist outside of time and space. The fire friends looked around in awe, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. They had stumbled upon a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. In the distance, they saw a figure standing beneath a towering tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. The figure seemed to radiate an aura of wisdom and power, and the fire friends felt drawn towards it, as if it held the key to unlocking the secrets of this strange place. As they approached the figure, they felt a sense of reverence wash over them. They knew that they were in the presence of something truly extraordinary, and they were eager to learn all that they could. The figure turned to greet them, its eyes filled with a depth of knowledge that seemed to span the ages. It spoke in a voice that was both soothing and commanding, filling the air with a sense of awe and wonder. "Welcome, travelers," the figure said, its voice echoing through the realm. "You have journeyed far and faced many challenges to reach this place. What brings you to the heart of the realm?" The fire friends explained their journey and their quest for knowledge and adventure. They spoke of the glowing orb, the guidance they had received, and their desire to uncover the secrets of this magical place. The figure listened intently, nodding in understanding. When they had finished, the figure spoke again, its voice filled with a sense of purpose. "You have shown great courage and determination on your journey," the figure said. "But there is still much left for you to discover. The path ahead will not be easy, but I believe that you have the strength and wisdom to overcome any challenge that comes your way." With a renewed sense of purpose, the fire friends thanked the figure for its guidance and prepared to continue their journey. They knew that they were ready for whatever lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had the power to shape their own destiny. As they left the realm behind and ventured back into the forest, they felt a sense of determination burning within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in purpose and friendship. As the fire friends continued their journey, the realm around them seemed to pulse with a new energy. Every step they took felt purposeful, as if they were being guided by unseen forces towards a greater destiny. The path ahead was filled with mystery and wonder, and the fire friends walked with a renewed sense of purpose. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, and they were determined to embrace whatever lay ahead with open hearts and minds. As they ventured deeper into the realm, they encountered new challenges and wonders. They explored ancient ruins that spoke of a time long past, their walls adorned with intricate carvings that seemed to tell stories of forgotten civilizations. They walked through enchanted forests where the trees whispered secrets of the past, their leaves rustling with the wisdom of ages. They climbed mountains that reached towards the sky, their peaks touching the clouds in a silent dance of reverence. With each new discovery, the fire friends felt a sense of awe and wonder. They knew that they were witnessing something truly magical, something that few had ever experienced before. As they journeyed, they felt the bond between them growing stronger with each passing day. They laughed together, shared stories, and encouraged each other when the path grew difficult. They knew that they were stronger together than they could ever be alone, and they drew strength from each other as they continued their journey. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the end of their journey. They stood on the edge of a vast canyon, its depths shrouded in mist and mystery. They knew that this was the final challenge, the last step on their path towards enlightenment. With a sense of determination, they took a step forward, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had come so far and overcome so much. They knew that whatever lay ahead, they were ready to face it together, as fire friends united by the flames of friendship and the power of their shared experiences. As they stood on the edge of the canyon, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew that they had reached the end of one journey, but they also knew that it was the beginning of another, with hearts full of hope and anticipation. They took each other's hands and stepped into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever adventures the future held. As the fire friends stepped into the unknown, they felt a rush of excitement and anticipation. The canyon before them seemed to stretch on endlessly, its depths shrouded in mist and mystery. They knew that they were about to embark on the final leg of their journey, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they ventured deeper into the canyon, the walls seemed to close in around them, creating a sense of claustrophobia, but the fire friends pressed on, their determination unwavering. They knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary, and they were determined to see it through to the end. As they walked, they began to notice strange markings on the canyon walls. Symbols and glyphs adorned the rock, their meanings lost to time. The fire friends felt a sense of awe at the ancient artwork, knowing that they were witnessing something that few had ever seen before. As they continued deeper into the canyon, they came upon a series of caves. Each cave seemed to hold its own secrets, and the fire friends felt drawn to explore them. They knew that they were on the right path, for they could feel the energy of the canyon pulsing around them, guiding them towards their final destination. They entered the first cave cautiously, their senses alert for any sign of danger. But instead of danger, they found themselves in a chamber filled with shimmering crystals.
Wow, what cool buildings my friends have made. I like them very much, and you, I hope so too. Well, I should also show them how to make tunnel build. Well, at the same time, I will continue the story. The walls sparkled with a myriad of colors, casting a magical glow over everything. As they explored further, they came upon a pool of water that seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. The fire friends knelt by the pool, their reflections staring back at them with a sense of familiarity and wonder. As they gazed into the pool, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew that they were in a place of great power, a place where the boundaries between worlds seemed to blur. Suddenly, they heard a soft voice behind them, filled with wisdom and kindness. They turned to see the figure they had seen from afar standing before them, its eyes sparkling with ancient knowledge. "Welcome, travelers," the figure said, its voice echoing through the chamber. "You have journeyed far and faced many challenges to reach this place. What brings you to the heart of the canyon?" The fire friends explained their journey and their quest for knowledge and adventure. They spoke of the glowing orb, the guidance they had received, and their desire to uncover the secrets of the canyon. The figure listened intently, nodding and understanding. When they had finished, the figure spoke again, its voice filled with a sense of purpose. "You have shown great courage and determination on your journey," the figure said, "but there is still much left for you to discover. The path ahead will not be easy, but I believe that you have the strength and wisdom to overcome any challenge that comes your way." With a renewed sense of purpose, the Fire Friends thanked the figure for its guidance and prepared to continue their journey. They knew that they were ready for whatever lay ahead, their hearts filled with the knowledge that they had the power to shape their own destiny. As they left the chamber and ventured deeper into the canyon, they felt a sense of determination burning within them. They knew that they were on the brink of something truly extraordinary, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in purpose and friendship. As the Fire Friends ventured further into the canyon, the path ahead seemed to grow more treacherous. The walls of the canyon towered above them, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch on forever. The air was filled with a sense of anticipation, as if the canyon itself was holding its breath, waiting for the Fire Friends to reach their destination. As they walked, they came across a series of obstacles that tested their strength and resolve. They had to navigate narrow passages and treacherous ledges, their hearts pounding with each step they took, but they pressed on, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the heart of the canyon. Before them stood a massive stone door, adorned with intricate carvings that seemed to tell a story of ancient times. The Fire Friends knew that this was the final challenge, the last step on their path towards enlightenment. With a sense of purpose, they approached the door, their hearts filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. They knew that whatever lay beyond the door would be unlike anything they had ever experienced before, and they were ready to face it together, as Fire Friends united in their quest for knowledge and adventure. As they pushed open the door, they were greeted by a blinding light that seemed to emanate from within, shielding their eyes. They stepped into the chamber beyond, their hearts racing with anticipation. What they saw took their breath away. The chamber was filled with a warm, golden light that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a glowing orb that seemed to contain the essence of the universe itself. As they approached the orb, they felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew that they were in the presence of something truly extraordinary, something that held the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Suddenly, the orb began to glow brighter, filling the chamber with its warm light. The Fire Friends felt a surge of energy coursing through them, as if they were being infused with the very essence of the universe. In that moment, they understood. They understood the true nature of their journey, the trials and tribulations they had faced, and the wisdom they had gained along the way. They knew that they were part of something much larger than themselves, something that transcended time and space. With a sense of awe and wonder, they reached out and touched the orb. As their fingers made contact, they felt a surge of power unlike anything they had ever experienced before. They knew that they had unlocked the secrets of the universe, and that they were forever changed by the experience. As they left the chamber and emerged back into the canyon, they felt a sense of peace and fulfillment wash over them. They knew that they had achieved something truly extraordinary, and that they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in purpose and friendship. As the Fire Friends left the chamber behind and emerged back into the canyon, they felt a profound sense of peace and fulfillment wash over them. The journey they had embarked on had been long and arduous, filled with challenges and trials that had tested their courage and determination. Yet, through it all, they had remained united in purpose and friendship. and now they stood on the brink of a new chapter in their lives. As they walked through the canyon, they felt the warmth of the sun on their faces and the gentle breeze against their skin. They knew that they had unlocked the secrets of the universe, and that they were forever changed by the experience. They had gained a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with renewed strength and wisdom. As they ventured back towards the realm they had left behind, they felt a sense of gratitude for the journey they had undertaken. They knew that they had been given a gift of knowledge and enlightenment that would stay with them for the rest of their lives. As they walked, they reflected on the lessons they had learned along the way. They had learned the importance of friendship and unity, the power of determination and perseverance, and the beauty of the world around them. They knew that they would carry these lessons with them wherever they went, guiding them on their future adventures. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they emerged from the canyon and back into the world they knew. The sun was setting on the horizon, casting a warm glow over everything it touched. The Fire Friends knew that this was not the end of their journey, but rather the beginning of a new one. As they looked towards the horizon, they felt a sense of excitement and anticipation for the adventures that lay ahead. They knew that they had the strength and wisdom to face whatever challenges came their way, and that they would always be guided by the flames of friendship that burned within them. With their hearts full of gratitude and their spirits filled with hope, the Fire Friends set off towards the setting sun, ready to embrace whatever the future held in store for them. They knew that they were forever changed by their journey, and that they were stronger together than they could ever be alone. As the Fire Friends journeyed towards the setting sun, they felt a sense of peace and contentment settle over them. The trials and challenges of their adventure had brought them closer together, forging a bond that was unbreakable. They knew that whatever the future held, they would face it together, united in their friendship and their newfound wisdom. As they walked, they shared stories of their journey, reminiscing about the trials they had overcome and the wonders they had witnessed. They laughed and joked, their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they had achieved something truly extraordinary. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the Fire Friends knew that they had come to a crossroads. Their adventure had come to an end, but they knew that it was only the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. They made a pact to always remember their journey, to carry its lessons with them wherever they went. They knew that they had been forever changed by their experiences, and that they had a responsibility to share their wisdom with others. As they parted ways, each going their separate paths, they knew that they would always be connected by the flames of friendship that burned within them. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always be Fire Friends, united by their shared experiences and the bond they had forged on their journey. And so, as the Fire Friends went their separate ways, they carried with them the memories of their adventure, the lessons they had learned, and the bonds of friendship that would always keep them connected. They knew that they were ready for whatever the future held, their hearts filled with gratitude for the journey they had undertaken and the adventures that still awaited them. As the Fire Friends parted ways, their hearts were heavy with both the weight of their journeys and the anticipation of new beginnings. Each step they took led them down a different path, but they knew that they would always carry a piece of their adventure with them wherever they went. Dave, Steve, Jack, Sam, and Dan walked away from the canyon, their thoughts turning to the future. They had faced countless challenges together, and now it was time for them to embark on their own individual quests. Yet, they were not afraid, for they knew that the strength they had gained from their friendship and the wisdom they had acquired would guide them on their new journeys. As they walked, the memories of their adventure played like a movie in their minds. They remembered the trials they had faced, the moments of triumph, and the lessons they had learned. They knew that they were different people now, changed by the experiences they had shared. As they looked towards the horizon, they felt a sense of excitement for the future. Each of them had their own dreams and aspirations, and they were eager to see where their paths would lead. As they parted ways, they made a promise to each other. They promised to never forget the bond they had formed, to always cherish the memories they had made, and to reunite one day to share the stories of their separate adventures. And so, as the fire friends walked away from the canyon and towards their individual destinies, they knew that they were not truly saying goodbye. They were simply turning the page to a new chapter in their lives, ready to face whatever challenges and adventures awaited them, knowing that they would always be fire friends at heart. As they walked, each step felt like a bittersweet reminder of the journey they had shared. They knew that their paths would diverge, but the bond they had formed would remain unbreakable. The memories of their adventure were etched into their hearts, a testament to the strength of their friendship and the depth of their experiences. Dave looked ahead with a sense of determination, his mind filled with thoughts of the future. He knew that the lessons he had learned would guide him on his next adventure, and he was eager to see where life would take him. Steve walked with a quiet resolve, his eyes filled with a mix of nostalgia and hope. He knew that he had grown stronger during their journey, and he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with courage and determination.